everybody. It's so good to see you. Okay, everybody is sleeping post-lunch. Hi. But I think, in the last 2 years, we've just spoken, whoever's been a speaker, host, chair, anywhere, has just spoken to computer. And you're guessing if people are even responding on the other side. So this is such a good welcome. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. And I think we feel alive. I'm speaking for all of us here. And I'll share a little story before we start with the topic. So Amaresh and I were in the room where the panelist is supposed to be. And Puneet and Varun weren't there for a long time, till the time, it was almost 2:50 and the session was to begin. They weren't there, and we had a live talent acquisition experience. Candidates not showing up. So there's Amaresh and I thinking, if they don't show up, what is the scene? What do we do amongst the two of us then? But gladly, it was not a no-show, and they're here. And now it's over to them for a set of questions that I have. But I promise you, I'll keep space for your questions. So guys, here we go. So would you prefer to be the first one to speak? Varun? Oh yes, I have one for Varun. So here's Varun, your first question. Sure. How has the RTO, hybrid, remote, whatever you call it, this kind of scenario changed the way you design and deliver to the ongoing talent crisis? And if you would want to share your one winning strategy and one roadblock.
Sure. So if you talk about the transformative journey, from being physically in the office and recruiting to a model where, all of us were remote and technology was actually acting as an accelerator, I think it was a paradigm shift. But if we talk about as an organization, we have been focused on engagement, experience, and ensuring that it is for the candidates as well as for our clients, the hiring managers, and that's what has been a success story for us in the last 2 years. And if I just talk about a few of the numbers, on a monthly basis, we onboard about 1,500 technology professionals for different diversified clients. And even when it was the first phase of COVID, we were doing the similar numbers for different organizations in India. So I think as an organization, we were able to adapt and adopt the technology much faster, and that's why we were able to create a difference in the market.
Thank you. I think hiring 1,500 tech talent itself, would you want to give him a clap or you want to be stingy? Thanks. So we've got Amaresh here from GE, which in my language is a very tenured multinational company and in very different verticals, lot of expertise, many years. So the question to Amaresh is that the conversations today are a lot about pedigree and skill. So on one hand, we're talking about continuous learning through online or offline mediums. And on the other hand, we're talking about that coveted university degree that one walks with. So with that mindset, how are you in GE designing your campus strategy?
Hey, hi everyone. Hello. The lunch was too good there. I skipped it. I skipped it for this reason. Hello everyone. Thank you so much. So my name is Amaresh. I'm very thankful to People Matters for this opportunity to be here. To your question, see, this whole world, I mean, there's been a lot of evolution for last few years now. And one of them most talked about is job sources skills thing and what is happening there and how do we approach that. Now, there are two ways to look at it. One is when you go to the camp, and the skills are like, it's changing every 2 years. So what was relevant 2 years back in certain domain doesn't remain relevant in next 2 years. So you are constantly in search of the new skills at the campus, in the market. Now, how do we approach that? I mean, one is to go to those places where we have specific skills. But it is also our internal process that will help it. It is not that we'll find those skills in the market or straight from the universities. So what we do, we approach our university program through very specific segmented approach in terms of what we look at the development of those candidates. So we have broadly, we have like Edison Engineers program, we have Digital Technology Leaders program, we have Operation Management Leader program, we have Finance Management program, HRLPs. All these programs are very segmented and look for, so when we go to campus, we look for those specific sets of programs where we're hiring. Now, once you hire them, like we go through a huge investment of building these skills for next 2 years. So all the programs largely are like 18 months to 24 months journey for each candidate to go through, and those skills are built into, and it's not only that these candidates remain local and in a geography, they grow, no, they go across the globe, they learn, they become more global resources as we build them. And then that is the time when we start to look at the jobs, like what are the roles where they need to be placed. So the placement thing comes either after 18 months or after 20 months, but that is the long tenure investment we do on our candidates as we hire them.
Thank you.
I would also like to add something here. You asked me a question that what has been a barrier, I could not answer at that point of time. I think technology has been a barrier as well, because it is constantly evolving and changing. And the organizations globally have realized the importance of building the talent for future. And that is the reason you would see a lot of organizations talking about upskilling, reskilling initiatives, hire, train, and deploy model, because they have realized that the kind of talent they are looking for at this point of time, it might not be existing in the market. So they need to build that workforce for their organization. And there has been a paradigm shift from a job-based hiring to skill-based hiring. Now the organizations are looking for building the capability rather than just filling a job role. So I think that has been a change what we have seen in the last 2 years specifically.
So then a following question to you, Varun. On that side, being on the solution provider side to the talent that we're talking about, on the pedigree versus experience or skill, where do you see the tide going?
I think it is all about value creation today. It doesn't matter, what degree a person carries, what kind of an experience a person carries. What matters is what value a person is able to bring to the organization. And that is what has been a paradigm shift when we talk about from degree to deftness. Because that's what organizations have started realizing, that when they're hiring the talent, it should be all about how a person can add value to the organization. And it should not be just one skill expertise. It should be about combine and conquer. Once a talent has that kind of a mindset and a continuous learning approach, that's what the organizations are looking to tap.
Okay, you can grill him further once we're done with our set of questions. Next to Puneet. The war for talent, to summarize really, there is no compartmentalization that, for example, MetLife is hiring only insurance or GE is only hiring mechanical engineers. Everybody's hiring technology, everybody is hiring creative services. So in this whole war, how are you working on positioning or repositioning your employee value proposition, and how does that work for you?
Very interesting question, though. And I had been juggling around to answer this, to be very honest. But it's very difficult to answer this, EVP at any point in time. But you have to really keep a chain of it. Yeah. This answer cannot be, given at one point in time. You have to really look at what EVP you are creating for your employees now and maybe 5 years down the line. Yeah. What is your organization value? What outlook your organization carries 5 years from now? And that's how you, marry that with the EVP that you offer to a candidate as well. Yeah. Every candidate that comes for an interview, and obviously all the candidates are intelligent enough, but if you are super intelligent, they see that what's in it for me. Yeah. What would I get now? what would I get 2 years down the line and maybe 5 years down the line? And what is the organization going to do? Gone are the days when, obviously, let me be honest, gone are the days when brand was taking care of everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now people are getting into non-brand organization. Maybe you can say startups, new unicorns, and we are one of them for sure. We had initially, yes, I've been associated with Policy Bazaar for 7 years now. Initially, we had some hiccups, and how we positioned ourselves, it actually helped us getting the best talent from the market. We really, as I said, we married the employee goals as well as the organization goals. The organization will be here in 3 years and 5 years, and you can also see your positioning growing. Yeah, we give a charter to every candidate, be it a tech candidate or a non-tech candidate. And I proudly say 95% of my senior leadership is internally grown. Let me be honest. Yeah. All my co-founders are still in the organization. They have not moved. Yeah. And now we are public. Still, people have made money out of it. Still, they are not moving. There is nothing, no attrition, not even, you can say, an early warning that I am getting from when I'm talking to anyone. So that's the trust that you have to create within the organization and the employee so that they stick around and they come to you.
Sure. So then let's, can this be a round robin? You've touched on what candidates might not be attracted to, which is just the brand, right? So if we just do a round robin of the 3 top things that candidates today are looking for in your view. So we'll start from Puneet and Varun and then Amaresh.
And I'll be honest, yeah. First thing first, they look at the salary, the package. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, for the honesty.
Second, they'll come to, what is the organization, what they're going to do, and how would I be placed. Yeah. And third, obviously, they look at their peers. Where are they going? I had been brutally honest.
Thanks.
4 of my friends had gone to X company, and it's positioned where, if I go to Y, how would I be taken in the society?
Very good point. From my side, I personally feel that the candidates are looking for flexibility, and it should be continuous. It should not be today, but it should be forever, And along with that, what they're looking for is how their career aspiration can be met within the organization and how it is aligned with the purpose of the organization. That's what the candidates are looking for. And whether I talk about internal talent or external talent, that's what the expectation is today.
Thanks. Amaresh, your view.
So I'll differ a bit from Puneet. So one, the top factor of recruitment, what candidates look at in the organization today is culture. It's taken over from the comp and ben thing. Comp and ben is now the second most attractive thing. What candidates are doing are they, as we bring them in for those interactions, they keep assessing the organization. They look at whether the organization is inclusive. They look at the D&I practices. They look at so it's more about if the organization will allow them to grow. Is it like more? Is it boundaryless? No. These things are what candidates have started to look at, and the assessment thing has moved to like unidirectional to two-way assessment. As we assess them, they have started to assess us. So the experience during those interactions have to be very seamless. We'll need to talk to them about what makes sense for them to be in our organization, what helps them grow in the organization, what makes them fit in the organization, rather than assessing them on their fitness. So that's what has taken over now.
Thanks. I think very interesting thoughts, if you guys will agree with what the panel said. So Puneet very honestly talks about salary, and then he talks about where are my friends going, right? Pertinent, can I have a show of hands if you think that is pertinent? Salary, yes. Where are my friends going? No. Okay. And then, of course, we have careers, and then we have flexibility. Careers and flexibility. Okay. And then we have of course, the large gamut of inclusion, the personalization of careers, and individualization that Amaresh talked about. So, I think, thank you for the answers. Um, how much of talent acquisition that we really envision as a, like the whole world is a stage when you talk about virtual working. And at least if not cross borders within the country, there are organizations willing to provide flexibility of, you can work from any city as long as it is India and, kind of continue to support. They want to support the best talent that way. So where are we in that journey, according to you, Amaresh?
See, what I'll say is pandemic has been the game changer and all this. I mean, there are a lot of things we have learned during the pandemic. One is the virtual thing. Today we also have to learn, we have learned to use the media, social media more. So when you click the button and you post a job, it is open to the entire world. So entire world can see it. So your candidate base moves from a geography, a location to more boundaryless. Now, what happens is that is the positive side of it. So you have your visibility of what you offer to everyone across the globe. What you need to build is what I talked about, the candidate experience. Like in your whole process, is your process integrated as you start to talk to candidate, as you start to interact with candidates? Do the process, does it have a 360-degree integration? It starts from one place, ends at another, or is it breaking somewhere? Is it getting manual? So it's about candidate experience. As they walk in to meet you, when they go out, what is that experience they carried? Then there is a lot of things around your processes, the timeliness. It has to move with the speed. You cannot have those discussions of the past where you can still keep thinking about the candidature for longer time. Those 90 days things to hire a candidate, these have become a bit big. I mean, now you need to move fast. You need to have those interactions quick. Then about your branding, how do you showcase your organization? So everyone that interacts, every touch point that the candidate has in your organization, is it the same experience that the candidate goes through? Like we do a lot of training on talent ambassadors. We try to see that narrative that goes to the candidate from one person to another largely remains same. We talk about our culture, why they should be joining the organization, from like why we should be hiring you, how sensitive these talent ambassadors should be to the diversity, LGBTQ candidates, like how sensitive you are to these things, how your JDs are gender neutral. These are the things that will attract global talents. So there are a lot of things that needs to move if you want to attract global talents. Yes, pandemic, as I said, game changer. Our reach to the globe is now very fast and easy.
Sure, thank you. I hope that helps all of you. You touched upon a point of connect that is important for the candidate experience or the employee experience. So Puneet, my next question is to you. There are a myriad of tools, technologies available to build the candidate or employee experience. At MetLife, we use Amber to build the early connect or the connect through the tenure of the organization. So what are your go-to tools when you talk about continuously building your EVP or continuously connecting with and making your organization the go-to place?
Sure. Technologies are available in the market, yeah. You can go to A, B, or C. But we saw there was a specific need, specifically when we were answering questions to our type of crowd. So I have about 90% of the crowd, which is typically insurance advisors. And obviously, they're doing a call center work. And then rest 10% is my corporate and technology. Yeah. So very diverse crowd. Yeah. So we actually went ahead and we inbuilt our system, okay? But what all did we include? So we included, obviously, everyone does that, 0 days, 15, 30, 60, 90 days connect. But over and above that, what we added was what is required from anyone who is joining in the organization over and above what is given to him. Yeah. And then we tried answering almost everything. If we are not able to, again, as I said, as an organization, we had been very transparent. We went back over the tool itself. We said it cannot be done because of ABCD reasons. So we never kind of hid anything from anyone. We never said that it's work in progress. If it's work in progress, then we always give a timeline. Yeah. So I think transparency worked for us. It's really worked for us. My overall employee satisfaction is close to about at 81, 82%. We run a quarterly survey as well, internal. Yes, at a call center level, attritions are uncontrollable because people...
So great resignation, we call it.
Absolutely, yeah. So that's separate, but at my Cop and Tech level, we are pretty much managing it internally. And as I said, transparency is one thing which is working wonders for us.
Thank you, thank you. Can we just have a quick show of hands? How many of you are using in-house tools? In-house. We also do have in-house. And okay, let me flip the question then. Then off-the-shelf products for connecting with candidates or employees. So I think it is a mixed experience, what we see here. You wanted to add something?
I want to add something to what Puneet mentioned. As an organization, what we did, which was a clear differentiator for us, was proactively reaching out to the talent, building talent communities. And with the talent community, I mean that a candidate can be active or passive in the market, but getting them onto our platform, which is a homegrown platform, and start engaging with them. The engagement can be about job opportunities. It can be about industry insights. It can be about upskilling, reskilling programs, or what is happening in the overall talent acquisition industry, or the industry where the person belongs to, and understanding the motivating factors that why someone would be looking out for a change if an opportunity is presented to them. By doing all these activities, I would like to talk about a few numbers as well. When the industry was talking about 45% to 55% offer dropout percentage, at NLB, we were able to cap it to 28%. That has been the maximum when we talk about offer dropout for our organization while supporting our customers. And it has always been possible just because of our candidate engagement and experience we provide to the talent pool available.
Amazing, amazing. So you actually have led me to my next question. How many talent acquisition professionals here? Okay, so this question is actually for this huge majority. So like a little snippet before that, have you ever attended an auction? Anybody attended an auction ever?
Yeah.
So I have never had that experience. I've only seen that in Hindi movies. So there is this guy at the helm of affairs with a hammer. And then, there's a high value product and people are saying, whatever, 50 lakh, 60 lakh and stuff. So the talent acquisition scenario and the vying for talent currently remind me of those scenes from the Hindi movies, and on spot, the guy at the helm of the affairs, or the girl in this case, is actually the talent acquisition team that we have. So my next question is to Varun. What's in it? Somebody said with him here, what's in it for me? So what are the unique things that are done for talent acquisitions team today? Because, they are running harder than they can even to keep going at the same pace.
So I would say that the recruitment ecosystem has to be the combination of technology and human intelligence, where, for every step in the recruitment lifecycle, the technology should act as an accelerator. And that should drive the predictive results for the organization. And the human intelligence piece should only be focusing on engagement and experience. That's how we can actually win the war for talent, what exists in the market today. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult for organizations to attract the talent from the market. That's what I would like to add from my side.
And what do you do specifically for the hiring team?
The business or the talent acquisition team members?
The talent acquisition team members. That's who
I
are
w-
here.
I would say they should be hustlers, creators and innovators. Keep thinking about what can be a different strategy to engage with the talent, how they can create a differentiator while talking to a candidate or talking to the hiring manager as well, because that can be the only mantra to success. Otherwise, whatever we see in the market today, it's going to remain the same. The only thing which can create, and take a talent acquisition professional to the next level is use the technology in a right way and engage the candidates well.
Thanks. You want to add, Amaresh or Puneet?
I would
Yeah.
like to add here. Why can't, and I've been, biggest supporter for that. I think we should have some cross-pollination within talent acquisition. Yeah. I am so pro to get a techie in recruitment, yeah, and answering the questions that all his friends and peers will have in his tech group. Yeah. Sit there, sit on the hot seat and answer the questions and hire talent. Yeah. I would do that.
That's exactly what we do in our organization. Today, if I talk about 35% of my recruiters, they were actually technology professionals in the past.
Good. Thank you. So, questions from the house.
So this question is for Varun. Varun, I would like to understand more on the candidate engagement, right? Right from the selection, once the candidate has been selected, till his joining, like what are your inputs to that? Like what suggestions, or I mean, how to engage with the candidate and get that, yes, he is not dropping it, because now the notice period is 3 months, and a week before, if he's saying, after like waiting for 2.5 months, if he's saying that, okay, no, I'm sorry, because of whatever XY reason, I'm not able to join, then it is like, I mean, you can imagine the condition of a recruiter. So I would like to understand like how to engage a candidate on this.
Brilliant question. So, in my opinion, the candidate journey starts at the time of sourcing itself. It doesn't start after selection. So when a talent acquisition professional is actually sourcing the candidate, that's where the engagement should start, to understand why a person is looking out for a change, what are the motivating factors, whether the opportunity which is being proposed to a candidate actually meets those expectations or not. And at every step till the selection piece, the candidate should be informed about, each and every activity happening. Because a lot of times, I'm sure majority of the talent acquisition professionals would agree to that, we do not even get back to the candidates on time. They keep on asking for the feedback, but we are not able to get back to them because the business doesn't give the feedback. So it is important to address 3 challenges. One is speed. The candidates are also, if someone is interested in an opportunity, would like to get selected, at the earliest possible. So the speed should be taken care of. When I talk about quality, again, qualifying the opportunity which is being presented to the candidate. And third one is all about engagement. So, and not only engagement from, the talent acquisition professional, but from the business side as well. Because a recruiter can only talk about, why a person should be joining a particular opportunity, but cannot answer the questions about, the career progression of a candidate within the organization. Those questions can only be answered by the business or the hiring managers. So the engagement should be from the recruiter as well as from the business team to ensure that the candidate is onboarded on time.
I've got people showing the placard for time also. So my request is the question and the answer both need to be short. Sorry.
Hi, my name is Juhi. I'm part of the talent acquisition team from Max. My question to the panel would be, as we are experiencing, the notice period basically is extending. Everyone is looking for 90 days of notice period now. And when we are sourcing a talent, and the hiring leader's expectation is that we need the candidate ASAP, right? So how do we create a balance between the upcoming 90 days or more as a notice period vis-a-vis the request of early onboarding, and how tech is gonna enable us in a better way?
You want to answer? I can pick it up. I can share my thoughts because, I get this question from the team as well as from the clients on a daily basis. So what I have told my team members to look out for a talent which is actually in between jobs or should be available within 30 days of notice period. That's what we look for. And I can tell you that that is a strategy which we have been deploying for the last couple of years, and we are pretty successful in ensuring that when we offer a candidate a job, they absolutely join the assignment as well. But I agree that it's not possible in all the cases. So again, the concept of building a talent community, understanding what the talent is looking for, and communicating the same to the business. And it's an education, it's a continuous education. If you are able to communicate the value proposition that why the talent cannot be onboarded immediately or the position cannot be closed immediately, I think the business would definitely understand. Otherwise, go with a holistic approach where you talk about building talent for future as well, so that while they are facing a problem today in onboarding the talent, that should not be a problem forever. You solve this by combining building the talent for the organization and looking the talent which is actually in between jobs. These are my points. You want to add something?
I'll just quickly pick it up. So how I explain it to my talent leader is whenever we get a requisition which says 0 to 2 years, go for 0 year, hire a fresher. Fresher would straight away join. And in 0 to 2 years, anyways, there's not going to be a super value add creation from a person who is coming from a, if he's coming from a niche skill, that's a different ballgame altogether. But for a vanilla skill, yes, we can quickly hire a fresher and get him on the job. That is something which is working for us, specifically in that requisition of 0 to 2 years.
Hi, I have a question. Can I?
Yes, please.
Hi, this is Rishi from Publicis Sapient. So we are talking about flexi work, hybrid work culture. What's your take on impersonation? Especially, Varun, because you're dealing with IT organizations providing talent workforce. What you're experiencing on the impersonation front and what organizations can do about it?
So, we have solved that problem by, creating a platform which basically, it's a video proctored platform. And, every activity of a candidate during the assessment is recorded. And the system is so intelligent that, if someone is actually, changing the screens or, we also ask the candidate to show their ID card, any of the government ID proofs during the interview itself, and we record that. And we ensure that, if there is any red flag which is from the system, or if the documents which are submitted by the candidate and what they actually showed during the assessment, if they're not matching, we don't move forward. I'm not saying that we are able to, just, take care of the entire problem, what we face, when it comes to, fake candidates or the proxy candidates, but we are able to address it to a larger extent by ensuring that, the video proctored, assessment which we take care of and the documents which we collect from the candidates proactively.
Thanks, Varun.
Thanks.